The matter exists in three states, namely solid, liquid, and gas. Dear students, a substance found in solid state has its own shape, size, and volume. Example, a marble or a coin, and so on. The solid substances which are powdered do not have their own shape. Liquids do not have their own shape, but they possess fixed volume. They take the shape of the vessel. Water, kerosene, petrol, and so on are examples of liquids. Gas. Gas does not have its own shape and volume. The gas can be compressed. Students, air is an example of gas. Air can be compressed in the bicycle tire. Students, there are some substances that can be changed from one state to another. This change of state takes place only under certain conditions. During their change of state, heat plays a very important role. Some substances give heat, while others need heat during their change of state. The molecules in a solid substance are in compact form, and the space between them is very less. The space between the molecules is known as intermolecular space. When solid substance is heated, the intermolecular space increases and changes into liquid. Liquid on heating changes into gaseous state. The conversion of solid into liquid is known as fusion. Students, the conversion of liquid into gas is known as vaporization. During cooling of gas, heat is liberated and the gas changes into liquid. This is known as condensation. Sometimes, substances like camphor, that is naphthalene, directly changes into gas and on cooling changes into solid, which is known as sublimation. Students, we have seen many changes undergoing around us. Some examples are the boiling of water, cooking food, rusting of iron, burning wood, distillation of water, and so on. All these activities are related to changes. The changes that can be reversed, such as boiling of water, distillation, and so on, are physical changes. Physical change is the change of state of matter, and there is no change in chemical properties. If the properties of a substance are tested before and after a physical change, these properties remain the same. The vaporization of water, distillation, condensation of water are few examples of physical change. Thus, physical change is the change of state only, and it is not followed by an alteration in the chemical properties. Here are some examples of physical change. Students, all mechanical changes like change of position, speed, and so on are physical in nature. The process of making a solution is usually considered to be a physical change. The passage of an electric current through a copper wire is physical change. Magnetizing an iron piece is also a physical change. Students, you have seen burning of wood, kerosene or oil, rusting of iron, preparation of hydrogen gas in the laboratory, and so forth. These are some examples of chemical changes. In a chemical change, the properties of substances are totally changed and new substances are formed. The new substances possess different chemical properties other than that of the original substances. When you burn a piece of wood, ash forms after burning. During burning process, black smoke and flame can be seen. The new substances formed, that is the ash, can never be changed back into wood. Students, this is a chemical change. Thus, chemical change is not only the change of state, but the properties of the substances are also entirely changed. Chemical change is more or less permanent. Some examples of chemical changes are burning of wood, charcoal, and so on, which are chemical changes. When these substances are burnt, ash is produced as a result of chemical change. The digestion of food material is a chemical change. We eat rice, vegetables, and so on. These are digested in the stomach. After digestion, feces are thrown out. Students, rusting of iron is a chemical change. Rusting takes place only in the presence of moisture. The iron rust produced has iron and oxygen in combination. Now let us look at the differences between physical change and chemical change. Dear students, the difference between the physical change and chemical change can be understood from this table here. Physical change is the change of state, while chemical change is the change of matter. Physical change is not permanent, while chemical change is permanent. No new substances are formed after physical change, whereas new substances are formed after chemical change. The chemical properties of the substances are not changed in a physical change, whereas in a chemical change, the chemical properties of the substances are changed.